So I think the diesel refund system is quite important for agriculture. It's the main form of support, actually the only form of government support towards agriculture in South Africa. So in terms of the diesel that you use for in your farming, you can claim back a specified amount on a specified quantity of usage. The problems that often occur are in terms of getting the payment once you've submitted your claim. So typically you submit your claim, but the critical aspect is that the diesel refund is linked to the VAT system. So the diesel refund system isn't separate from the VAT system. So once you submit a claim, SARS will look at your diesel refund claim as well as your VAT status in terms of any amounts that need to be processed, and that could lead to delays in receiving the payment from SARS. The other aspect is that you can be selected for an audit where SARS comes to you and say, we need to verify the claim that you've submitted to us, we need to see your logbooks and documentation. And that can often drag out into a very lengthy process, and whilst you're waiting for this process to be completed, you can't get your refund. Linked to that is also the specific logbook. There's no official SARS logbook which farmers can use as a reference case. What we do is we try and communicate the key aspects that need to be covered in your logbook system. But on the other end, the auditors that come and audit farmers use a specific logbook which is not being, it's a new logbook, but it's not the official SARS approved final logbook, which SARS can give out and say this is our final approved logbook. So there's this distinction between farmers not having a specified approved final logbook and what the auditors are using. So that sometimes creates a bit of confusion. Also what happens is SARS comes to you for an audit, they request documentation, they go away, then they come back and say no, but we need X and Y, we need more information on specific aspects. And then each time that they request information, it's almost a reboot where the process starts afresh and they're waiting for documents, and that leads to all of these types of delays. So as part of our approach, we've collaborated with the South African Institute of Tax Professionals. We did a survey amongst our members late last year, and the results of the survey indicate where specific issues and problems are in this process for farmers claiming the diesel refund. We've had meetings with SARS where we shared the results of the survey. We also shared the results with National Treasury. So we've highlighted the issues now. The next step is that there's a new system being developed that will come out later this year. The initial process around that will come out later this year. So we have this issue around the current system which has problems. We have the outlook for a new system that can hopefully help and alleviate and remove these issues, but in the meantime we need to do something. We need some form of relief, and to that extent we've then shared this information with SARS and Treasury, and we've also communicated with the Minister of Finance and the Tax Ombud to highlight these issues and to ask, please, whilst we're waiting to get the new system sorted, let's please look at some form of assistance to resolve the current issues while we get to the new system. So in terms of the diesel refund system, there was public consultation workshops held in August of last year, where we engaged with SARS on the key issues that a new system would consider. A key part of that is splitting the diesel refund system from the VAT system, giving diesel refunds its own system. So that in itself should already potentially help a lot with the current issues. So the workshops was an engagement to give feedback and input. The change in the system also looks at moving away from a person that qualifies for the refund towards focusing on activities that qualify for the refund. And in that respect, we've communicated with all our commodity members in terms of the different primary agricultural activities within the different commodities which use diesel as an input. And we've now shared those inputs with SARS for them to use in this development of the new system to say, across the different commodities, these are the typical primary production activities that take place where you need to use a vehicle and you need to use diesel, and that should form part of the elements which we can look at when you are claiming a diesel refund in the future. So luckily, at least, the budget speech of February this year in the national budget made reference to this diesel refund system, and they said the new proposed system and the framework for the system will be published later this year for comment. So we're keeping an eye out. As soon as it does come out, we will be commenting on that, and we hope to see that the inputs we've already made are contained in the new proposed system.